Budgeting stinks. It's hard to stick to a budget. You don't know what numbers to put in what category. You feel restricted in what you're spending, and you always end up failing anyway. Hi there. My name is Mindy Jensen, and I'm the host of the BiggerPockets Money Podcast. I'm here to tell you today that budgeting does not have to be hard. Let's go through that list again. It's hard to stick to a budget, leading to failure. You don't know how much to put into each category, leading to failure. You feel restricted, leading to failure. I've got you. These are all the same thing. It's hard to stick to a budget because you don't know how much to put into each category. So you go over on some categories, or all of them, which leads you to feel like you failed and you give up. And then next January comes around and you try the whole thing over only to have the same results. It's so frustrating, but it doesn't have to be. Let's tackle the second one first. You don't know how much to put into each category. I understand that. It can be really hard. You won't know how much to put into each category until you start tracking your spending. You need to track your spending to see how much you're spending in each category to know how much to put into each category. Kind of a cycle, right? Go check out my personal public budget, my personal public spending tracker at www.biggerpockets.com/Mindy's budget. All one word. See all those red categories each month? That was me, a financial professional, messing it up every single month. And it's okay to make mistakes in your budget. In fact, it's totally normal to make mistakes in your budget. You just learn from them and then adjust for next month. As you make adjustments, it gets easier to stick to because you're not constantly going over budget and constantly feeling like a failure. You're not feeling restricted anymore because you're not constantly going over budget or feeling this anxiety that you're about to hit your limits, thereby not failing. It's this positive cycle again now. I think so many people feel like they have to get it right on the first try. Clearly, as I have shown publicly, you don't have to get it right on the first try. You're going to make mistakes. You're not going to get it right on the second try or the third try. Seriously, look at that grocery line. I never got that one right. Of course, there were plenty of green categories too. And every month I learned and I adjusted and I pivoted. Being conscious of where your money is going is the most important part. Let's look at some ways that are going to make budgeting easier. First, tracking your spending is going to be very important. That'll help you figure out not only how much to put in each category, but what categories you need. There are free options and paid options to help you out. We asked our community members, and here are some of their suggestions. Starting off with free, a notebook, like an actual spiral-bound notebook. It's free after you buy the notebook, of course. And who doesn't have paper lying around? Any sort of paper will do. What I'm looking for is you to be accountable. Make some columns. You've got date, how much money you spent, where you spent it, what you bought, what category it goes into, and the last column is a running total. Now, if you're anything like me, you're going to start seeing patterns almost instantly. It took me 2 weeks to discover that I go to the grocery store every single day. That was my huge budget killer. And I just kept this notebook right on the counter. So as I walked in from the garage, I saw it. I wrote down my expenses. It was really easy for me to track. In real time, super old school. Almost anybody can do it this way. My second choice is the Waffles on Wednesday spending tracker. If you have talked to me for a minute, if you have ever heard me talk, you have heard me talk about the Waffles on Wednesday spending tracker. There's a link below. This is the online spending tracker that Mr. Waffles on Wednesday created. It's a Google Sheet connected to a Google form that you put on your phone, and you can track your spending in real time. As you're checking out, you pull up the app on your phone and you enter what category, how much you spent, etc. It goes all into the Google Sheet, and at the end of the day or end of the month, you can look and see what you've been spending. I actually keep my spreadsheet up on my computer all the time, and I check it daily. And I watch those numbers go up and that category go from green to red. And I feel bad about it, but I adjust the next month. Mint. Mint is the #1 most downloaded personal finance app, according to their website. You can connect all of your accounts in one place so that you get a whole financial picture on the app. You can create a custom budget within the app, even get alerts when you're about to go over budget, when balances are low, or when a bill is due. All of that helps you avoid fees, which also contributes to you going over budget. Mint is one of the most recommended apps in the personal finance space, and a lot of people absolutely love it. One of the biggest complaints about the product is that you have to link all of your accounts to it in order for it to work most effectively. Cybersecurity can be a concern for some people, but it is important to note that Mint has not had a data breach. EveryDollar, the free version, there's also a paid version. EveryDollar is a zero-based budgeting app that forces you to give every dollar a job, whether that be spending, saving, investing, or giving. It isn't automated, meaning you are required to give every dollar a job. It's great for helping you learn about your finances and learn how to make money decisions. Cube, that is spelled Qube. Their website is cubemoney.com. The power of digital banking with cash envelopes. Cash envelopes. Cube is a debit card attached to an app that requires you to allocate funds into each category or cube. And then when you're at the point of sale, you have to choose which cube is going to be loaded onto your debit card so you can spend from that category. It removes from that specific category. And if you don't have enough money in that category or cube, you are forced at that moment to reallocate your funds so you do have enough. Otherwise, it won't go through, even though you have enough money in your bank account. There is a $5 one-time setup fee, but it is a free app. You get 10 cubes or categories with the free version. Go with a computer spreadsheet. Instead of using the Waffles on Wednesday version, you could just wing it and do it your own self. I like the Waffles version better because they've already done all the thinking for you. And Mr. Waffles is really, really smart. All you have to do is follow their instructions. Cash envelopes is another way to do this. This is old school. This is literally cash money stuffed inside an envelope with a category written on the outside. It's like an inside-out spending tracker because you only have the amount of money that's in that envelope to spend in that category. If you run out of money, but you still need to spend, you then have to reallocate. Kind of like Cube, except you're actually using cash money. One of the downsides is that you could drop your envelope or envelopes, and then you're out the money. So it's a lot like Cube, but Cube is all digital, whereas this is actual hard cash money. Let's go look at some paid apps. The number one most recommended paid app is called YNAB, which stands for You Need a Budget. And you do, you need a budget. But You Need a Budget YNAB is $14.99 a month or $99 a year. The number one praise for YNAB is their customer support. They have a lot of resources available for you. It really is a great system for people who need the customer support. It is free for 34 days, which is kind of a random amount of time, but that gives you a whole month free, plus then a couple of days to really review and see if it is the right product for you. It's forward-looking, putting you in the driver's seat. It isn't automatic. You have to do the work. But if you're looking to fix your finances, you do need to do the work. That's going to be something, I should have said that at the beginning of this video. Hey, you're going to need to do the work. But if you put in some work, you are going to have such a good experience. YNAB has a ton of resources to help you do that work. Mint Pro. It's $4.99 a month. You get daily updates on your spending trends, projected money spending, and you can manage subscriptions, all with an ad-free experience. Cube Pro is $8 a month or $15 a month for family. You get unlimited cubes with the paid version. The family plan has up to 5 accounts, including a kid and teen version. EveryDollar Pro is $12.99 a month or $79.99 a year, and it's free for 14 days. You can connect your bank account. It suggests budget categories based on your spending patterns, and you can get customized reports. If you're new to budgeting or tracking your spending, start off with a free app or even my trusty dusty notebook. See what works for you and then make adjustments and pivot when you need something different. If you need additional features, then it's time to look into an app. Go to our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/BPmoney, and talk to our community members. Ask them specifics about a particular app or ask them what has worked for them or what hasn't. Not only are they super helpful and friendly, they love to give their opinions. Did you find this video helpful? Leave us a comment below and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more information about personal finance and growing your wealth. For BiggerPockets Money, this is Mindy Jensen signing off.